Siphosethu. Booi is in Port St. John's to speak to people on the ground. You're standing by to speak to some residents in the area. What are they telling you? Siphosethu, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Dudu, and you're quite correct when you say that I'm about to speak to one of the residents. And Utata had mentioned, Utata Tabiso, that he has been living here, his mother lived here since 1992. But it seems as though, Dudu, there is a bit of a problem with the issue of water that actually damaged his family home. Dada, usixaxisele umba apha walamanzi asuke ngenhla your pipe othile wakwamasipala khasichazele nje uba eyakho imeko yale flooding eyenzeka apha ngolesine yenzeke njani ngoba ayisiyinto nje yoba kukho iflood but ikhona ingxaki ne-water system yakwamasipala eye ya-affecta wena nosapho lwakho.
Inkosi mama, inkosi. Kudla ngoba khona imvula apha njengesiqhelo. Ndicinga uba mhlawumbe ngamanzi nje la ahambayo akathanelwanga. But this time, the end I tried to walk and I have phezulu endleleni kunetha just far behind my right. Kunetha road ehamba phaya echannel amanzi ahamba phaya. Ndawalk and I have phezulu. Ndafika ndabona phaya kune off ramp yamanzi. La manzi afika bethe le off ramp anyuke ehle ngobuninzi bawo ke ngoku abetha endaweni enye. Ndayiqonda into ba lento yenzekayo is just immediate behind inatsika ibuilding le uyibona icollapsile. Kuhleke ngoku lamhlaba ukususela kulaa ndawo umanzi abebetha kuyo. Wehla lamhlaba ayisongomhlaba ngamatye for that matter. Because la matye adlained umhlaba wawo. Ehla ke ngobuninzi bawo afika collapsisa lendlu. Yazobhalansa ngenye le uyibonayo isashekileyo. Yabe yacollapsa ke ngole building. I need to mention ke ngokulento ithi ngubani obelapha kuqala phakathi kwe-drainage system le ayenziwa umasipala nathi sifike apha le ndlu ibona icollapsile apha ka-1992 kwangakabikho nendawo kuthiwa ngo-green ke ngoko kwakuyifama yomntu. Now umasipala ngo-2012 I think 2013 or so wenza le drainage ayenzileyo phaa endleleni. Le ifike bene off ramp yamanzi ewazisa endlini ngaloo manzi ke la enze lo damage.
Tata kwakho bana apha endlini ngoku kwenzeka esi sehlo ngoba mosandithi imvula iqale ngolesine but kwangathi yaqatsela ngolesihlanu sabona ezazantyala ke ngoku zamanzi agquba ithava indlela but nina apha endlini ngoku kwenzeka yonke le nto kukho bani apha endlini?
Elakhi mntombi besiphangela sonke semsebenzini nabantwana besesikolweni. Yenzekele nto kungekho umuntu apha endlini kodwa indlu le behlala umninawa wami kanandlu ngoku indlu beyisetyenziswa ngumama wakhe ke wakudala ezakhele nokehlekazi wakudala laa ndlu. So lo umninawa wami ke ngokanandawo lala ezithize obusuku sivuka kubo ulele kwamelwane kususela bakwenzeka laa nto ulala kwamelwane. So bekungekho umuntu ke ngeliphandle bekungekho umuntu akho umuntu lemeleyo but zonke izinto bezisebenzisa nezinto ezilikhishi zethu sijonele pha.
Dudu, that's Sadu Ukoyana, Tabiso Koyana, speaking to us about the situation just behind us. This is a family home. From what we understand, he says that his family started living here back in 1992. So the drainage system that the municipality has been working on started around 2012. So the issue of the drainage system, you could say that the drainage system pipes were actually installed knowing that there's a family that lives here. So his family now is burning the ends of that situation because his brother now is homeless, is left homeless, while his family of 6 live in the building that you see right behind us. There are more homes in and around this area, not far from Green where we were yesterday. So we will also be speaking to some of those residents just to take us through the traumatic evening of Thursday leading into Friday, right up until on Saturday. That's when the floods actually started to subside here in the area of Port St. John's.
Siphosethu, Booi, thank you very much for that update. Let's take you to Gauteng. The city of Johannesburg's mayor, Thapelo Ahmad, says he's not blaming Rand Water for shortages of water in the city, but would prefer to have better communication from the water utility. His statement follows a rough couple of weeks for residents in the city who have sometimes been left without water. Vandalism and the theft of water tankers is worsening the situation.
There's a lack of communications from the Rand Water. We are not blaming it entirely. What we are requesting from the Rand Water is to have a coordinated approach on how do they communicate. Because remember, the residents do not know who's the Rand Water. They are our service provider as the city. We buy water from them. But if there's an issue, like yesterday we had a press briefing, they were supposed to have been there. Because ours is to also respect the intergovernmental relations so that we have a coordinated approach in serving our residents. What differs in context is that Mr. Mokwebo is here with me. So on local government, they interact with politicians on a day-to-day basis. The oversight is there on a day-to-day basis. But on a national level, the contents are different in terms of how, when, and how do they do the oversight. It's not a blame game. We are saying we want to work together. We want to resolve the issue.
It would appear Gauteng is not the exception to the rule. Let's take you to Ndwedwe in KwaZulu-Natal, where residents are collecting water from rivers and stormwater drains. They haven't had tap water for several years. Karinda Jagmohan is there to show us exactly what it is that we should understand about how desperate the situation there is for those residents. Karinda.
Indeed. Good day, Dudu. Well, at the moment we have really looked at the area of Ndwedwe, going through 3 specific sites where residents are collecting water from either a river, a stormwater drain, or just a puddle in the ground, and that water is contaminated with bugs and bacteria as well. They boil it with some detergent, but it's not water that is safe to drink ultimately, and we know water is a basic human right. Now, we've sent questions to the Ilembe District Municipality that's responsible for the administration of water issues here in this local municipality. But one of the reasons why the residents have been without tap water since 2012 is because of broken infrastructure. So while we're here, I want to show you, and my colleague Gifton Kosi will show you, the drum that you see behind me, the large silver drum there, that's actually a water purifier, but that belongs to the eThekwini municipality. Due to this area where we are in, and Ndwedwe itself, falls on the border of eThekwini municipality going into the Ilembe district municipality. So that specific area is purifying water to be sent to the other side of this area, which is for eThekwini. You'll see then there's a bridge here, a makeshift bridge, and then a bridge that is seems like a temporary bridge as well. And there is a similar issue of broken infrastructure whereby the residents made this makeshift bridge. It's been falling apart and crumbling because the bridge that was supposed to be built has not been built. Only recently the provincial government has announced relief to build a bridge. But my point being here is that for years there has been an issue with infrastructure, be it transport infrastructure or water infrastructure. I'm going to bring in Zibonele Ngcobo, who's been with us for the day. He's an activist here. Sir, I mean, if you can just wrap up the struggle that the residents, especially the elderly residents, face in this community.
Karinda, I'm sure you saw that difficulties. The old mama begging to collect the water in a water drain, which is not purified, which is not right. And I quoted the broken infrastructure. As you can see, they purified water under eThekwini Metro. Why not here, as Ilembe District? They realized 10 years back, no water. What next? For this long period of time, why they are not fixing? Because it seems as if there is a broken infrastructure, like pipes, water storms, like now, they're running away. And they complaining, why I brought the media forward. We need a dramatic change.
Yeah, speak to me about that. What has been your relationship with the Ndwedwe local municipality and Ilembe when you try and say this?
Yeah, they ran away because we requested the district mayor to come forward and resolve the matter. Even our municipality here in Ndwedwe, they failing to come forward. They introduced a water tank system. It's not helping you, so people, they're still battling. Why? Because the water tanks comes almost once a month, which is not helping. People, they need a purified water. Why?
Tell me, on the ground, remember earlier we met with a resident who questioned the political motives of those who were complaining about this. But it's not just politics for you, right? Can you just tell us about the challenge you have in overcoming that step?
Thank you, Karinda. If I'm not mistaken, you are the one who contacted me last night, willing to come and observe the situation. Then now, I was very, 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 very upset when the guy told me directly that I'm here to canvass as next year we're going on election. I'm not political minded. I stood up for our needy people. And he was trying to challenge me, but I tried, and I'm happy you realize that we are not operating politics here. We are trying to assist our needy residents.
And just lastly, when we look at this crisis of water, there's a health hazard here. Do you believe there's a health hazard? And also, are schools being supplied water? Because that's an important factor.
It's a challenge, Karinda, a huge challenge. We've got ECD project, early child development. We got local schools, primaries. Those people, they need or they deserve a purified water. But we used to beg Mr. Mavundla, we used to beg to bring the water tank system to assist to those departments. Why? Because even the department, they deserve a better life. The department is doing nothing. So we are fed up. It's been long now.
It has been. Thank you for speaking to us, Mr. Simonela Ngobo. So there you have it, Dudu. Just trying to summarize the basic infrastructure issues here, but also there's politics in everything we do, just in terms of how society develops, right? So here there's also political issues as well that's hampering development in this area. There are many divisions among the groups that live in Ndwedwe in terms of their political rivalry, and so that has an impact on what they're calling for from their municipality, just in terms of getting access to water. But basically, on the ground, there are very elderly residents who live here who have to walk long distances with buckets to get water from a river, and that's dirty water already that they're getting with bacteria, carry those buckets home, boil it, and then use it to drink and wash. It's a difficult life here in the Ndwedwe Local Municipality.
Karinda Jagmohan, a very scary picture that you paint there. Thank you very much for that update. So infrastructure challenges in KwaZulu-Natal and politics at play in the Eastern Cape. Infrastructure challenges also outlined in Gauteng. Communication issues, according to the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Let's see what the situation is like in the northwest, where residents of Mamusa Local Municipality say the water crisis there is not getting any better. Refiloe Seboko is standing by to tell us why. You're in Refiloe. Refiloe, what's going on?
I'm in in Ipelecheng, Dudu. Indeed, we were on another section of Ipelecheng. We've moved to another section that is called Section 8. This area that we are in, resident had been explaining to me earlier that they don't have taps, and that's why they have challenges of water here. Let's find out more from Abi. Laremo Section 8, Moipelecheng, Swaziland, halna di pompo.
Sisfifi ke a leboga. Mo extension 80 di pipe ga khale di installilwe tsa metsi mara ga gona di krana tse leng gore di tsentswe mo di jarteng tsa community or mo extension 8 ene se ga ya se fela mo extension 8 se se dira gala mo ko extension 9 extension 6 and extension 9 le extension 8 ke tsonela di station tse le gore ga dina di tap. Extension 6 e ntse le teng since almost 15-20 years back, before extension 8 le extension 9. So go amakatsa gore mo nakong ya go tshwana le efifi ga gona di krana mo mitsing kampo tse mo di jarteng tsa baagi, mare e tswa re vota ha go nna le ditlhopho tse di nang teng jara le jara e go teng go a votiwa ka yone, ra vota mare ga gona di krana mo di jarteng tsa rona le gompieno ya
go le kgoreletsa go le kae o no bua ka ntlha ya gore matlwana boithusetso a lona o ka kwane ke a dirisetswang kontle.
Fifi di peipi tsa metsi di tsentswe, di switch di tsentswe, mara so se se makatsang se se utlwisang botlhoko ke gore o kgone gore o ye ko ntlwana boithusetso wa go tshwanela ke gore wena o ikepele khuti gore o kgone o ikagele toilete mowa o e leng gore o tlo go ithusetsa mo go yona. So se go itemegelang sone mo extension 8 ke gore ha go o epa khuti go nna le metso ke motswedi ha o epa khuti go tswa metsi ka mo tlase so o felletsa ile gore ga o kgone gore o ka nna le toilet ya kontle so le teng ha o batla go nna le toilet eo o tshwanela ke gore mo di main holong tse di epilweng tsele di peipi tsele tsa di switch tse di tsentsweng o tshwanela ke gore wena o ikepele o batle mo ileng gore di peipi tse di kentsweng for jarata yengwe le yengwe o ikepele mo o ipatlele di pipe tseo o ithekele toilet ya gago o connectele o tla fitlhela ile gore nako tse dingwe di switch tse dingwe ka mo di a dutla tse dingwe baagi ga ba kgone go itirela tsone ka tsela e maleba ka mo o fitlhela ile gore tse dingwe tsa teng di felletsa di dutla kampotsi di backfire ba sa connect ntlheng ya connection ya di-pipe tseo so ke bone bothata ba e leng gore batho baagi ba extension 8 ba tshwaragane le bone ka mo le ya one metsi a e leng gore a tlisiwa ke dilori tse e leng gore lori tsa teng nako nngwe mo beke e kgona go tla gangwe fela ya ka no yana le bona go emetswe lori ya metsi gore e tle mo nakong ya go tshwana le ga re itse gore ya go tla nako mang e sale re tsogeletse re fodisitse dikupu ya ka o setso le bona ya.
Explaining, thank you so much, Abi. Dudu, these are some of the challenges that they are faced with. Resident of Extension 8, he's saying that they've been here since in the morning. We've been here with them since in the morning. Another side of Ipelecheng. Those trucks that are supposed to be delivering water here have not been here to come and fill these bottles. This is another section. They are still waiting here to get the water because it's one of the challenges. He was also explaining that because they are using pit toilets here, it's still a challenge for them to be able to access water. Maybe if I still have enough time, just one question to Thapelo. Issue ya metsi ga le tlhagisang go masepala wa selegae. Tsibogo ya bone e nna
ke a leboga Fifi. Tsibogo ya metsi a re tlhagisang mo ga masepala ga gona sepe se ba se dirang hela. Bana le budget ya go patela dilori. Mara ga bana budget ya gore ba kgone go connecta di-pipe gore baagi ba kgone go kry-a metsi or ba kgone go connecta di-pipe tsa di-toilet gore baagi ba kgone go dirisa di-toilet tse di siameng mo re teng mo extension 8 re na le bothata ga pula ena ga o epile toilet ya khuti ya garumela ke challenge e le gore re kopana le yone eo and masepala lao ya go gona ga gona thuso epe e ba e dirang ga gona thuso e ba e dirang.
Thank you so much, Thapelo. Thapelo Maine explaining that they do consult the local Mamusa Local Municipality about challenges of water here in Mamusa. I'm going to get out of shot just so that you see these buckets do together with our viewers. So we've been here since 9 o'clock in the morning. These residents are still waiting here. There is no particular time as to when the truck will be passing here. They're also saying that because they are using pit toilets here, when they're trying to dig a hole for other pit toilets because the other is full, there's water that is coming out. So which talks to there's water in Mamusa, there's water in Swaziland. They're saying that there are fountains as well here in Swaziland. But as to why is it that residents of Mamusa Local Municipality are having challenges of water, they're just shocked to say that they're not getting answers as to why is it that there's so much water challenge here. Issues of trucks as well that's supposed to come and deliver water here. It's not coming at the time at which they are expecting them to come.